The next section we're going to talk about is what we call collaboration. Basically, this is this section of your Blackboard navigation toolbar where we will be interacting with each other. Under collaboration, you have three different aspects. The first is any questions. So in your course, you can go here and what you can do, and this is also the same things for creating a discussion, which so for any questions or discussion, it's the same thing. So I won't do it twice with you on creating a discussion. So it's the same thing. You go into a discussion question, you hit create thread, and you could say, I have be like homework is due when, um, or I lost my syllabus and I can't remember when the homework is due. We're going to go over netiquette in a second. And one of the things is always make sure that you grammar and spell check before you send any emails. Remember that Grammarly is free for college students. So get it. And then sign my name. So I can submit that out there. So you can now see that there is a link out here. So now you are like, homework is due when? And be like, oh, I know homework is due tonight. So basically what you could do is you click on the homework is due when. It will open up the thread. You can then click reply. Homework is due by 8 p.m. tonight. All right. And then I check. My Grammarly is saying to fix that. And then I hit submit. So what you can see is you have this threaded discussion that is going between two people. When one of the things too that I like to do is that if I go back out to the discussion board, which I can do up here, I can subscribe to this specific page so that if any questions are coming up, I will be actually notified that there is some kind of response or something going on. So I always recommend if you are doing a thread to subscribe to it so that you can stay on top of it. A lot of students will miss things because they do not subscribe. If you, are not interested, and just click on subscribe and it will unsubscribe you. All right, so that even leads us into discussion board, which is the next thing. So in this class, I have several discussion boards for this class. So I'm going to just use this icebreaker question, for example. You can access your discussion boards here, or you can, under your course materials, your instructor will have, I'm going to go down to the icebreaker. Your instructor will have your discussion board, there it is, inside of your course material. So I give, and most instructors should give very detailed instructions on a discussion. For mine, I have there are certain due dates. They start on Monday mornings and they end on Sundays at midnight. They have to be posted. Your initial response to the question that is asked has to be done by Wednesdays at 11:59. That's for part of the points. Then their responses to their classmates, and I require at least 2, need to be done no later than Sunday at 11:59. However, if the student is not participating throughout the week, then and they're just posting once on Wednesday and then twice on Sunday at 10 o'clock, they'll lose points for not actually participating in the discussion posts throughout the week. So I'm just going to give a little life advice. I'm currently going to school. I have discussions due every week. Mine are due on Wednesday. I post mine usually on Tuesday. I go in then on Friday. I make my 2 responses, and then I go back in on Sunday and I respond to those who have responded to my initial post, as well as any of the posts that have been made on my, throughout. So just even getting that in your mindset is to post on Tuesday, respond on Friday, go back in on Sunday, and getting that in that mode. Most instructors set it up this way, and then that way you'll be able to go to through each class and staying on top of your discussions. Okay, discussions are extremely important. A lot of instructors will have about a weekly basis. Some instructors will not. But it is sort of the collaborative part of an online course. Now, in a face-to-face class, I do not use the discussion board. I do have the any questions, but I do not use the discussion board because we are having live conversations in our courses when we're face to face. So that is not something that I use. However, I do know that there are many courses that instructors do have discussions that are taking place outside of the classroom. So again, make sure that you understand how that this is used. So if I'm going to do a discussion, again, I go into the question. I'm going to go into this icebreaker one, which is what I said. It clicks me out. And again, just like in the NX questions, I can create a thread, and then I can, type in whatever I want about in my intro, and then I click right down here, submit. Okay, so this is intro, and I'm like, hi, just real quick. So I want to do it. I can, for example, let's say I start and now I have to run to work or I have to do something. I can hit save a draft and it will save it. Here's the thing, you guys, it says draft. If I do not go back in before Wednesday and I hit, all right, I get in here and I hit edit. And then I say, go back and say, my name is Gretchen. If I do that and I don't hit submit or I hit cancel or whatever, the instructor will not be able to grade this. So you'll get a 0. So you have to make sure if you put something into a draft, whether this is a homework assignment, a discussion, whatever, if you put it in a draft, you have to make sure you go back in, get it out of draft mode, and you can see it's in green, and hit submit. And then you'll see that it is successful. All right. So as I go back to form for icebreakers, I can see that there is one. And when you see your classmates, you'll have a whole list of them when they've submitted. And then you can go into them, just like we did in any questions, and hit the reply button and respond back to them. Okay. So that is how you do discussions. Now, one thing I do want to show you for discussions, and I'm going to hit the students, is in my discussion boards, if I hit on a unit 1, and every instructor should have this done, I come in here, I create my, I read this, and most discussions are post first, meaning that I can't see the other students. So I create a thread, all right, and then I can answer that information. Well, what if I'm sitting there and I'm thinking to myself, oh, shoot, I can't remember what exactly she needs so I can get all the points. I can go back to the form up here, and down here is this box that says grading information. When I click that, that will take me out to the rubrics, and the rubric is right here. As I click on this little box right there, it tells me the discussion rubrics, there's a possibility of earning 20 points. Here is what's proficient to get me the 20 points. All right, 150 to 300 words, thoughtful replies to 2 peers, that it was submitted on Wednesdays and back on Sundays, that you were actively involved. And this is what I'm saying where you lose points, and no grammatical errors. All right, then you hit exit and I say, great, I know exactly what I need to do. I click OK. Oops. I know. Oh, shoot. It took me way out. So let me go back in. All right. I go back in. Sorry. I hit OK. It brings me back to here, and I can then go back and create my thread. All right. And then the last thing that we have is called Collaborate Ultra. What this is this is our virtual classroom. It's super easy to use. Basically, you go in here, it says this, it's available. So I say, great, I'm going to click on it. All right, I'm going to up here, it says join course room. I click on join course room. It's going to take me now to the course room of this specific class. Once I'm in here, I have my microphone, I have my video. I can raise my hand down here. Over in this section is where I would leave the session. Here's where I could get help if I needed it. Over in this section, depending on what your instructor allows you to do, I can make comments here. So this little bubble here is for comments. And I can send comments to everybody, or I can select the different people that might be in this to talk and have a private conversation with them. This tells me who the participants are in the course. If I'm in a course and I have to share, if I'm going to share content to the class for a presentation, this is where I would do that. And then here are your settings, okay, that you can access. So that is part of Collaborate.